Hey guys, good morning. It's Sonia. Who else is maybe stayed up way too late last night and is easing into your day this morning? It is right about 9 o'clock here. It's 9:03, and today we're going to talk about Instagram. I am sipping my coffee as I wake up because I'm climbing the mountains waking up this morning. How about anybody else out there? So if you're here, say good morning. Tell us where you're watching from, and don't forget to let's see, and he says, made it. Don't forget to leave the name of your business as well, because as new people join us, that way they know who you are. So today I wanted to talk about Instagram again, and we're going to cover today. You see those little bubbles right here? It's like, this is you, this is your bio, this is your link. And then you have, if you ever been on Instagram accounts, look at some bigger ones. They get all fancy, right? And they might have like little highlights across the top of their feed right here. So I had added one last night and took an old one down. Excuse me, I'm froggy this morning. Oh, not very nice. Yes, leave all that. Hey, good morning, Brenda. So how do you do an Instagram highlight? So real quick, let's have a chit chat this morning and talk about that, because when you put stuff into your Instagram stories, what happens is they will disappear after 24 hours unless you do what I'm about to tell you, okay? So the nice thing is sometimes the stuff that you're putting in your Instagram stories, you put it out there and you're like, well, I really want to keep that. That was a good video. That was something good that I'd love to have stay on my Instagram. So say, for example, if you work in real estate, you could have a section of your highlights that could be houses that are for sale, houses that I have sold, right? Or in the paint world or in any business, you could show at any given time, you know what our store looks like. Here's the highlight reel right here. So you can pick some really good categories. So what categories would you guys do? Cedar Grove Creations. Good morning, Valerie. Hey, Naomi. So here's what you have to do, okay? So they don't disappear. You are going to go into the top 3 menu bars right up here. Let me drink some more coffee before I move this out of the way. Coffee, man, the nectar of the gods. All right, right up here in the corner, do you see those 3 little lines right here? Write this down with me. So that gives you access to your menu. And then once you're inside, you are going to go to settings, right at the top, settings. And then you're going to go to privacy, okay? Privacy is a little bit down, a little bit further right there. And then you are going to go to I think it's account privacy. Let's just make sure and see if that's the one. Nope, let me see here. Story, here we go. It's under story. So think about Instagram story. So under privacy, right under that section, do you see it says story right there? When you click that, it allows you to turn off and on some settings for your story. So for example, if you want them to save to your camera roll and to your archive, you got to make sure those 2 buttons are on right there. All right. Then once they're on, when you create a story, they automatically go into your camera roll. All right. And then I'll show you what to do from there. Driving today and listening, Brenda says. So who got that? I'll give you a quick step-by-step again. So you go to your Instagram, right? You click on the 3 bars up in the top, the menu. From there, you go settings. From there, you go privacy. From there, you go story. Under the saving category, you want to flip to save to camera roll, save to archive. Make sure those 2 blue buttons on the side right there are turned on, okay? And then that way, when you create stories, they're going to be there for you to be able to pull from. Now, when you're on your front side, and you've already done that, anytime that you do a story, it's like it's on your camera roll to pull from. So then what I'm going to do is go to the front right here on my actual page. And do you see that plus button? Only you can see that because that's your admin view, right? So you're going to hit the plus button to add a story. There could be recipes if you're in food and you're a food blogger. I just created one with new spring colors, and I pulled in some stuff that I put in my stories with the ducky, the grayish, and the rock lobster coming next week. So I can pull anything I want. So once you do the plus symbol, it actually shows you all the stuff that you've recently put onto your stories and all the dates. I mean, it saves it all there. They're all there. And then all you have to do is pick from them and see which ones you want to pull into a category. So if I wanted to pull in, say, for example, I don't know, my pillows there. And before I gave a shout out about some Junk Monkey swag, banana bunch shirt. Maybe I'll pick that one. Actually, I'll pick a bunch of them. Okay. So I've selected the old stuff. Do you see the check marks right there? Then I'm going to hit the next button. And guess what it says, guys? Edit cover. This is where I get to figure out what I want to be the very first cover on the highlight section. And I also, do you see how it's blinking below it? I can call it something. So if I want to call it swag, swagadelic, I can do that. I just typed in swag right there, okay? And then I'm going to hit the word add at the top. And guess what? Now on my page, if you go to my Instagram, I have now got a category that is called swag right there next to the one that's called new colors. All right. And then it's highlights. So if somebody comes to my page, they can click on whatever I called it there. It could be buffets I have for sale. It could be anything. You just get creative with it, right? However you want to use it for your business. Now, if they click on it, they're going to see the stuff that I have listed there. 3 new spring colors. These are stories that I created, right? This was the video. So I can, yes, pull video as well up into those highlights. So pretty darn cool, right? So now it's the highlight. It's the highlight reel, swag. All right. If you go to junkmonkeypaint.com, you can see I have my website when I created my story. I also put that on there. And if you can see the shirts and stuff that we have over at junkmonkeypaint.com, just click clothing if you want to get yourself a shirt. Junk makes me happy. How about that one? They're really done. This is Queen Bee Picker. They're really done light and distressed, shabby style. So yeah, so that is how you do highlights with a cover. What do you guys think of that, right? Easy thing to do. And sit down today if you have a little extra time on your hands and do that. Does anybody have a question about that? Everybody's quiet this morning. Everybody's like probably consumed so much information over the last couple days. They're like, I'm just tired. I hear you. I'm easing into my day as well. I won't keep you guys long this morning. Everybody just seems really tired this morning. So maybe you were up late last night watching too many movies. That could be it as well, right? Anybody else during the quarantine at home now watching movies, like to the point where your eyes just like, you're watching all the movies. Yes, Sandy. Yep. So this was for Instagram. It is really cool, right? I mean, that's just how you do it. So really basic tutorial on how to do it. And then think about what you could put there. Like it could be past things that you've sold, pictures from past paint parties that you've had, stuff that is like the highlight stuff that you would want people to know about, right? Good. Yes, at any time. Very nice. Yeah, watch again, Bridget. Absolutely. I'll save this video to the wall here so you guys can go back and watch it. Sandy says, do you start off on Instagram or Facebook? Yeah, I go into my Instagram stories and I create my Instagram stories. I make sure my setting is turned on so it saves. And then I can pull it all up and basically put it under a file folder that lands right on the very top of what people see when they come onto Instagram. And then because of that, there's like some stuff that if you want to just kind of show off, right? Stuff that you want to keep front and center that if people could see, right? Like that is what they would see. That is what you'd want them to see. Stacy says, my business Instagram is still so new, not much content to play with yet. Yep, absolutely. Know how all the bells and whistles. And then if you're doing, honestly, if you're doing, like do a story, you can, like I said, do stories at least 5 times a day if you really want to rock and roll it. But if you're doing 1 story a day for 7 days, that's 7 stories and then set them to save and then make a category out of them. Just think about what you're going to post per day. That would make sense, like plugged into a nice little file folder, right? Makes sense. You got it. So what's everybody getting into today? This is the new norm, right? This is the new norm. So hopefully you're working on something that maybe you want to get better at, or you're working on something for your business that You want it to get done for a long time. Make use of the time that you have now and, put it into being productive because you will thank yourself later. Sandy is wood burning and then painting it. Very nice. Naomi says, are Americans in lockdown? We right now are basically, a lot of people have, it depended, like every state is rolling things out differently, but yeah, basically we are now at home for 2 weeks and, to help the way they call it is to flatten the curve so that, less people become sick to try to get through all of this right now. So a lot of people have time at home right now, right? Pam says, taking advantage of teenagers being home, helping them with your video. Stacy's home from vacation, doing grocery shopping. Yep, everybody's getting stocked up and just kind of laying low. And, like here in Pennsylvania, it was announced yesterday that all non-essential businesses, storefronts are to close. So right now, a lot of news is just kind of rolling out across the country. But everybody's getting in place to just hunker down and, like I said, lay low so that this can pass over and we can get on with regular life. Everybody's doing their part and just, being mindful. Shonda says, my Instagram IQ is lacking. Do I pull pictures into categories that are already in Instagram or Facebook? So this would be your highlights or your highlights of your Instagram stories. So you can pull pictures from your camera roll into your Instagram stories, set them to save down, and then pull those into your highlights. Hey, good morning, Laura. Stacy says her husband's working from home for at least 3 weeks. Yep. Shonda says courts are now closed in Maryland. Yep. You got to take care of yourself right now, right? And everybody around you. Chandra says, gotcha. Thanks. Yep. It's easy. So yeah, just, practice, just doing your stories this week. Like we've been talking about. And then when you do some really good stories and you're like, I really like it. I like what I did there. Pull them all into, a file. Sandy says, in Canada, schools are closed for 3 weeks and everybody should stay home. Yep. That's like right here as well. Yes, exactly. That's right, Chris. Instagram stories in the last 24 hours, unless you do what I'm showing you so that they save into your camera roll. And then that's why you would want to definitely, save some of them, put them into your highlights so that when they're gone, if you did some really nice stories or you have some nice pictures, that you're like, no, I want them to stay as highlights, just that on my page. So if somebody comes, think about it like the highlights of a magazine and you see all the stuff written on the front cover of the magazine. It's the stuff that, that the content creator, the magazine writer wants you to know that's inside the magazine. This is just the highlights. And so you can categorize it at the top and just kind of like, do what you want to do to make it look pretty for your Instagram and just make really nice and, usable for people to give them a good idea of what it is that you do. Candy says, New Jersey is locked down. Now, if I can get some sleep, I will be happy to work at home. Yes, definitely protect your immune system. And if you need extra sleep, take extra sleep, right? Make sure you're taking your vitamins and, you're having your apple a day. Anybody else grow up like that? My grandma used to always say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So I'm having my apple every single day. Laura says, on spring break, most everything closed but school. Yep, it's pretty quiet, right? Stacy says, I missed your lives while I was away. I'll be catching up today. Yes, absolutely. And go back and this last week, we've been talking about Instagram. So it'll kind of put everything together for you if you start and do the whole thing. That way you know all the pieces. Sandy says, can we chat about collaboration? Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're about to end the conversation today, but when we come on tomorrow morning, if you want to throw out some ideas that you have for collaboration, absolutely. As I was saying on, I think it was Sunday, about how to stay productive in your business, there's so many things at any given time that we can and should be doing, and we wish we could be doing for our business. And now a lot of us might have that extra time that we've been hoping that we have, right? So, now's a great time to think about collaborations and, with fellow creators, people who are in the same sort of, field as you, And, everybody in here wants to grow their business, right? That's why you're here. So you can connect with some fellow people that are like, yeah, I've been looking for somebody, to work with, somebody who is, equally yoked with you, and you guys are growing together and maybe have similar audiences or have ideas, all those sorts of things, right? Lisa says, are we going over IGTV? Yes, we'll probably do that tomorrow, in fact, since we're on the Instagram kick. So today was the highlight part, and then we'll do the Instagram TV. So you betcha. Yep. And that is where video is king and queen, right? So yeah, think about that. How many people are glued to their phones right now? They're on their phones, they're watching TV on their phones. And so we have an opportunity right now, as more people than ever are logged into their phones, to say, hello, I'm over here doing something really, really cool. Come look at me. Chris says, my car is in storage for winter, so I've basically been doing this since November. She's talking about staying at home. Oh, Chris, I got your card yesterday. Thank you so much. That was very, very sweet of you. I opened that yesterday morning. Shonda says, in clearing off my shop's porch this week, I can open the barn doors and the customers will have wide open outdoorsy space to shop. Yep. Getting it done, right? Very nice. All right, friends. Well, that was my quick tutorial this morning in Instagram highlights. If you need to rewatch it, come back here and you'll find it, and then catch up on the other Instagram stuff, right? And ways that you can grow your business, and it doesn't cost you a penny. It's just basically you waving the flag like, hey, I'm over here. So then it just becomes a priority of going, okay, what am I going to do today, right? Where am I going to post today? And getting a plan so that you can be somewhere on different social medias, right? All right, friends, take it easy, stay well, do something that fills your happy bucket today, and I will see you tomorrow morning. As always, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up, a heart, a comment if you haven't left it. If you have not yet left one, I need to drink more coffee, as you can tell. And yes, and share this video with somebody who also needs help to grow their business and just want to know how Instagram works out, like really simply. If you love simple tutorials without it having to be overcomplicated, this is a great place to come to get it all broken down, the information. And yeah, invite them into our community. All right, my friends. Yep, you are so welcome. All right, see you, Lisa. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Bridget. I guess it is St. Patty's Day too, isn't it, Bridget? Everything's so messed up anymore, right? Thank you, Brenda, and thank you, Sandy. All right, I will see you girls tomorrow, all right, in the morning. Take care and have a wonderful day. Thank you, Chris. See ya. Yep, I hope you have a good one too, my friend. Thank you. All right, see you guys. Bye.